Drop your phone, it falls. You know why? Gravity pulls it down. That's what everyone gets taught. Ooh, everyone is wrong. Nothing pulled your phone down. Gravity is not a force. There is no invisible hand pulling anything toward the earth. In fact, right now, sitting exactly where you are the one being pushed up by the floor beneath you. That's the only reason you don't fall. This isn't a metaphor. It isn't a theory nobody accepts. It's the actual answer that Einstein figured out 110 years ago, and almost nobody believes it because it sounds insane. For 200 years, everyone believed Isaac Newton. He said gravity was a force. Two objects with mass pulled on each other through empty space using some invisible connection nobody could explain. It worked well enough. You could use it to send rockets to the moon. You could calculate the tides. Ooh, but it was wrong. There was one problem Newton could never solve. If gravity is a force, how does it work? How does the Earth reach across 93 million miles and pull on the sun without touching it? Newton himself admitted he had no idea. He called it action at a distance, and openly said the mechanism was absurd. For 200 years, nobody had a better answer. Then in 1915, Albert Einstein published a paper that destroyed everything Newton believed. Einstein said gravity isn't a force at all. Not weak, not strong, not invisible. It literally does not exist as a force. What exists instead is stranger than anything Newton imagined. Einstein's insight was this: space is not empty. Space is a thing. It has a shape, and anything with mass, the sun, the earth, your body, bends the shape of the space around it. Ooh, imagine a trampoline stretched flat. Now place a bowling ball in the middle. The trampoline sags. It curves downward around the ball. If you now roll a marble across the trampoline, the marble doesn't move in a straight line anymore. It curves toward the bowling ball. Not because the bowling ball is pulling it, because the surface underneath the marble is bent. That's exactly what massive objects do to space. They bend it, and everything else follows the curves. When you drop your phone, it doesn't fall because gravity grabs it. It follows the straightest possible path through space that has been bent by the Earth. From the phone's perspective, it's traveling in a perfectly straight line. It has no idea the space it's moving through is curved. Just like an airplane flying across the Pacific looks like it's traveling in a straight line, but from space you can see the plane is actually curving along the shape of the globe. Your phone is doing the same thing. It's moving in what physicists call a geodesic, the straightest path available through curved spacetime. The Earth just happens to have bent that path, so it leads directly to the ground. Here's where it gets truly weird. If gravity isn't a force pulling you down, then what are you feeling right now sitting in your chair? The pressure you feel on your body, that's not gravity. That's the floor pushing up against you. Your natural state is to move freely through curved spacetime. If nothing stopped you, you would follow the curve toward the Earth's center. The floor prevents that. It physically pushes you upward at 9.8 meters per second squared, exactly the amount needed to stop you from following your natural path. Ooh, you are not being pulled down. You are being pushed up. Every second of your life. Ooh, Revelation 4. Astronauts aren't weightless, they're free. This is why astronauts float inside the International Space Station. Everyone assumes it's because there's no gravity in space. That's completely wrong. There's plenty of gravity where the ISS orbits, about 90% of what you feel on the ground. Astronauts float because they aren't being stopped. There is no floor pushing them up. They're finally doing what your body would naturally do if nothing was in the way, following the curve of spacetime freely. They're not weightless. They're the only humans currently experiencing what no gravity actually means, which is nothing to interfere with your motion. You are the one being interfered with, right now, by your chair, by the floor, by the Earth pushing back at you constantly. Ooh, so here is what is actually happening in your life at this exact moment. You are not sitting still. The Earth's mass has bent the space around you into a deep curve. Your body wants to follow that curve toward the center of the planet. The only reason you are not falling to the core of the Earth right now is that trillions of atoms in the floor beneath you are electromagnetically pushing back against trillions of atoms in your body with exactly enough force to keep you exactly where you are. Every step you take, you are catching yourself from falling into a curve. Every time you jump, you are briefly experiencing your natural motion through spacetime. Every time you land, the ground stops you from continuing that motion. You have spent your entire life being interrupted. And you thought you were standing still. Ooh. Newton described a universe where invisible forces pull things together. Einstein showed us a universe where nothing pulls anything, where objects simply follow the shape of the space they exist in. You are not being pulled anywhere. You are following the shape of the world, and you have been doing it since the day you were born.